Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Evan with your announcements. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birthday to Curran Frank and Ava Boggs. Here's a little history of Valentine's Day.
The Day of Love, better known as Valentine's Day, is coming up.
This day is widely known as the day you give gifts and celebrate one's love. Many people give chocolates, balloons, flowers, and cards to their family or significant other.
Valentine's Day originates from the Roman Catholic Church. This day is the feast day of Saint Valentine, the patron saint of love and affection.
But the iconic symbol used for this day is Cupid. Legend has it that when Cupid shoots you with an arrow, you will fall in love with the next person you meet. Who knows, maybe Cupid is real. But everyone knows for sure that on February 14th, the Day of Love is almost upon us again.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Once again, happy Valentine's Day to all. The Highland softball team is looking for 7th or 8th grade girls to fill out the 2018 roster. If you have any interest, this is a great opportunity to get involved with the high school sports program. We're having tryouts this week in the field house. There are many spots available. Schedule for tryouts is Thursday 6 to 8, Friday 6 to 8, and Saturday 10 to 12. If you are a friend or interested, make plans to attend. How are you doing with the reading challenge? We only have 2 full weeks left in the challenge, and the long weekend will be a perfect opportunity to read. In case you are looking for a book, here's another idea. Steelheart is a book that one would call a page-turner for sure. If you're interested in this book, it is available in the library as well as books 2 and 3 in the series. We're on day 3 of our series, Presidents Lost in Time. Today we'll be hearing about President James K. Polk, the 11th President of the United States.
Everybody knows George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. But the most interesting presidents are often the least known. They are the presidents lost in time. By any chance, do you know the name of the person who had expanded the American West to the Pacific, creating one of the largest border expansions since Thomas Jefferson's Louisiana Purchase? Probably not. Very few people actually know his name, since he has been forgotten throughout history. James K. Polk is one of the most important presidents who helped expand the West to what we now know as America. Born near Charlotte, North Carolina, James K. Polk was the 11th president and was often called the Dark Horse since he was a compromise candidate for the Democratic Party. When he became an adult, he moved to Tennessee, where he served in the state legislature. In the election of 1844, there were 2 main candidates running, Martin Van Buren for the Democrats and Henry Clay for the Whig Party. Martin Van Buren was sure to have the Democratic nomination, but James K. Polk, also a Democrat, won the people over by his completion of America's Manifest Destiny. Martin Van Buren and Henry Clay both opposed the annexation of the then-independent Texas, but the people wanted expansion and more territory because of Manifest Destiny, the belief in the God-given right to control America from sea to shining sea. Before Polk entered office, Congress decided to annex Texas, which severed diplomatic relations with Mexico. When Polk was sworn in, he decided to reoccupy the part of Oregon Territory owned by the British. Originally, Polk wanted the U.S. border to extend from Russian Alaska to the border of California, but in doing so, would have sparked tensions and risked war with the UK. Polk settled with the border being at the 49th parallel, only deviating at Vancouver Island. After he annexed Texas and reasserted dominance of Oregon, there was only one thing left for him to do to complete his quest for manifest destiny and to control the continent from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. Polk decided to see if he could buy California and New Mexico for $20 million from Mexico. Polk was greatly disappointed that Mexico decided not to sell half of their land, so he used his presidential power as commander-in-chief and sent General Zachary Taylor to the Rio Grande, where the Mexican army attacked the U.S. The U.S. easily beat Mexico and had occupied Mexico City in 1847. By the end of Polk's term, the U.S. saw Mexico give up California and New Mexico to the U.S. in return for $15 million. James K. Polk accomplished many things during his 4 years as president and decided not to run for a second term as president. Sadly, Polk died only 3 months after leaving office, but he left behind an impressive list of accomplishments. He was responsible for one of the largest territorial expansions of the U.S. and is the reason why the U.S. now occupies everything from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean.
Now I know a little bit more about our 11th President of the United States, who helped expand what we now know as the United States, and is the reason the U.S. can lay claim to all land from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Remember, today at lunch is Mix It Up Day. Some of you who are watching the announcements have already had the opportunity to experience this idea. For others of you, you are getting ready to head down to the cafeteria for Mix It Up Day. Hopefully there will be some positive feedback for this day. For lunch today, we'll be having Italian panini pasta with mozzarella cheese and green beans. There will also be a Valentine's treat. The alternate is pepperoni pizza. For lunch tomorrow, we'll be sharing beef tacos with Southwest vegetable blend. The alternate is Bosco stick and sauce. Remember, if you don't like those choices, you can always fix yourself a salad, and there's fresh and assorted fruit. Have a great rest of the day, Bluebirds.